Yes, the Ural Mountains stand as a formidable snow-swept barrier in the heart of Russia. Stretching over 2,500 kilometers, these ancient mountains have long been a natural divide between Europe and Asia, their rugged peaks and deep valleys shrouded in mystery and legend. In 1959, these mountains became the backdrop for a chilling mystery that has puzzled experts and intrigued the public for over 6 decades. The story begins with a group of 9 experienced hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute who set out on an expedition to explore the remote and treacherous slopes of Kholat-Syakhl, ominously known as Dead Mountain. These hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, were well prepared and highly skilled, eager to conquer the challenging terrain. They meticulously planned their route, packed essential gear, and documented their journey with photographs and diaries. Their goal was to reach Otorten, a mountain 10 kilometers north of their final campsite. However, they were never seen alive again. When the group failed to return as scheduled, a search party was dispatched. What they found was a scene of inexplicable horror. The hikers' tent was discovered abandoned, slashed open from the inside, and their belongings scattered in disarray. The bodies of the hikers were found at various distances from the campsite, some partially dressed, others with severe injuries that defied explanation. The strange circumstances of their deaths, including signs of extreme force and radiation, and the unsettling evidence found at their campsite have haunted the world for decades. The Dyatlov Pass incident, named for the group's leader Igor Dyatlov, remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. Despite numerous investigations and countless theories, from avalanches to secret military tests, the true cause of the hikers' tragic fate remains unknown, leaving us to wonder what really happened on that fateful night in the Ural Mountains. The group, 7 men and 2 women, were all students or graduates of the Ural Polytechnic Institute. They were experienced hikers, familiar with the challenges of winter expeditions. Their journey began in late January, their spirits high as they embarked on their adventure. They documented their progress with journals and cameras, capturing the beauty and brutality of the landscape. On February 1st, 1959, the group set up camp on the slopes of Dead Mountain. It was their last night alive. Weeks passed, and when the hikers failed to return, a search party was assembled. What they found on the mountainside was both eerie and inexplicable. The hikers' tent was discovered, ripped open from the inside, as if someone had desperately tried to escape from within. Footprints in the snow, some barefoot and some wearing only socks, led away from the tent, disappearing into the darkness. There was no sign of a struggle, no indication of what could have caused the hikers to flee their shelter into the freezing night. As the bodies of the hikers were recovered, the mystery only deepened. While some died of hypothermia, others had suffered horrific internal injuries. Some had fractured skulls, broken ribs, and one victim, Lyudmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue and eyes. These injuries were baffling, particularly those that seemed to have been inflicted by an immense but unexplained force. Adding to the enigma, some of the victims' clothing contained high levels of radiation. The authorities at the time were unable to provide a satisfactory explanation for the cause of death, fueling speculation and fear. The avalanche theory, a wall of snow and ice. The sheer power and unpredictability of an avalanche can be both mesmerizing and terrifying. Imagine a wall of snow and ice cascading down a mountain with unstoppable force, obliterating everything in its path. One of the initial theories proposed was that the hikers were caught in an avalanche. This theory gained traction because avalanches are a known hazard in mountainous regions, especially during the harsh winter months. The sudden and overwhelming nature of an avalanche can catch even the most experienced hikers off guard. This seemed plausible given the mountainous terrain and the harsh winter conditions. The area was known for its treacherous weather, with heavy snowfall and strong winds creating a perfect recipe for disaster. The relentless winter storms could easily trigger an avalanche, sending tons of snow hurtling down the slopes. An avalanche could explain the damaged tent and some of the injuries. The force of the snow crashing into the campsite could have torn the tent apart and caused significant harm to anyone inside. The chaotic aftermath would leave a scene of destruction, with belongings scattered and the landscape forever altered. However, experienced mountaineers argued that the location of the campsite and the lack of evidence of a large-scale snowslide made this scenario unlikely. They pointed out that the campsite was situated in a relatively safe area, away from known avalanche paths. Additionally, there were no clear signs of a massive snow movement that would be expected in such an event. The injuries of some victims, particularly the internal damage and the missing soft tissues, were not consistent with the crushing force of an avalanche. Forensic experts noted that while avalanches can cause severe trauma, the specific nature of the injuries observed did not align with what would typically be seen in avalanche victims. This discrepancy raised further questions and cast doubt on the avalanche theory, prompting investigators to explore other possible explanations for the tragic incident. The infrasound hypothesis, the unheard killer. Another theory suggests the hikers were driven to madness and death by infrasound. This theory, while intriguing, delves into the mysterious and often misunderstood world of sound waves that exist below the threshold of human hearing. Infrasound sound waves below the range of human hearing can cause feelings of unease, panic, and even physical discomfort. These low-frequency sounds, often produced by natural phenomena such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and severe weather, can have a profound impact on the human body and mind. It's possible that strong winds blowing over the mountains created powerful infrasound waves. These winds, funneling through the mountain passes and over the icy terrain, could have generated the low-frequency vibrations that are known to induce fear and anxiety. These waves, undetectable to the hikers, might have triggered a sense of overwhelming fear, causing them to flee their tent in a disoriented state. Imagine the terror of feeling an inexplicable sense of dread, compelling you to abandon the safety of your shelter in the dead of night into the freezing, unforgiving wilderness. However, there is no concrete evidence to support the presence of infrasound at the time, and its effects on human behavior are still debated. Scientists continue to study the potential impacts of infrasound, exploring how these unseen forces might influence our emotions and actions. The mystery remains unsolved, leaving us to wonder about the unseen and unheard forces that might lurk in the shadows of our world. Secret military tests, whispers of conspiracy, the strange injuries, the missing clothing, and the radiation found on some of the bodies have fueled speculation about more sinister possibilities. Some believe the hikers stumbled upon a secret military testing ground and were caught in the crossfire. Others suggest the hikers were deliberately targeted in an act of espionage. The Soviet Union's secrecy during this era makes it difficult to dismiss these theories entirely. However, there is no concrete evidence to support the idea of military involvement, and the circumstances of the incident remain largely unexplained. Paranormal activity, shadows in the snow. The eerie nature of the incident, combined with the lack of a definitive explanation, has led some to embrace paranormal theories. Some speculate the hikers were victims of a Yeti attack, pointing to local legends of the creature and the unusual nature of the injuries. Others suggest the hikers encountered something unexplainable, a force beyond human comprehension that drove them to their demise. While these theories lack scientific evidence, they add to the chilling mystique of the Dyatlov Pass incident. The legacy of Dyatlov Pass, an enduring enigma. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains an unsolved mystery, its secrets buried beneath the snow and ice of the Ural Mountains. Over the decades, countless expeditions, investigations, and analyses have attempted to unravel the truth, but the answers remain elusive. The incident continues to fascinate and horrify, a stark reminder of the power and unpredictability of the natural world and the mysteries that lie hidden within it. Conclusion. The mystery endures. What really happened on that fateful night on Dead Mountain? Was it a natural disaster, a tragic accident, or something more sinister? The Dyatlov Pass incident stands as a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. The hikers' final moments remain shrouded in speculation, their story a haunting testament to the enduring power of the unknown. As long as the answers remain elusive, the Dyatlov Pass incident will continue to fascinate and frighten, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lie hidden in the world's most remote corners.